He agreed to lower the required number of members to force a vote ousting the Speaker, something that's called a motion to vacate the chair, from 5 members to 1. One far-right Republican can call for a vote to remove McCarthy from his job. So, with that agreement, Kevin McCarthy put himself and his speakership at the mercy of any one member of the Chaos Caucus. His job, his power, is at the mercy of, for example, Matt Gaetz. And there's a lot to suggest that Gaetz is exercising that power right now. Before the summer recess, McCarthy said that if the House launched an impeachment inquiry, he would first hold a vote on whether to proceed. But then on Tuesday, Gaetz said on the House floor, quote, "Mr. Speaker, you are out of compliance with the agreement that allowed you to assume this role," end quote. And by this role, he meant Speaker of the House. Gaetz later said, quote, "The path forward is to either bring you into immediate, total compliance or remove you pursuant to a motion to vacate the chair," end quote. Gaetz saying essentially, do it our way or you're out. Soon after that, McCarthy announced unilaterally that he was opening an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. No vote. Matt Gaetz called that a baby step, but Gaetz is not the only Chaos Caucus member who might be flexing his muscles right now. According to a reporting by the New York Times, just 2 days before McCarthy announced the impeachment inquiry, Trump had a quiet dinner with the conspiracy theorist Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump has been pushing the impeachment of Joe Biden on Truth Social in his fundraising emails and texts and during his rallies. And for her part, Marjorie Taylor Greene said she told Trump that she wanted the impeachment inquiry to be, quote, "long and excruciatingly painful for Joe Biden," end quote. But all of this came to a head on Thursday. McCarthy held a closed-door meeting, one that reportedly began with him telling his conference, quote, "If you think you scare me because you want to file a motion to vacate, move the effing motion," end quote. He said the whole word, apparently. The GOP is right now in crisis. A radical minority, just about 20 of them, maybe more, who knows, who are under the influence of the quadruply indicted, twice impeached ex-president, appear to be holding sway over the Speaker of the House of Representatives and therefore over what kind of work gets done by Congress. And for that reason, we have a doomed impeachment inquiry instead of a budget this week. Joining me now is Tom Nichols, a staff writer for The Atlantic and author of the Atlantic Daily Newsletter. He's the author of multiple books, including Our Own Worst Enemy, The Assault from Within on Modern Democracy. Also with me, Joe Walsh, former Republican congressman from Illinois, who ran against Donald Trump for president in 2020. Joe is the host of the White Flag with Joe Walsh podcast. He's the author of the book F Silence, although it also includes the full word, sort of like McCarthy used the other day in the meeting, calling for Trump out for the cultish, moronic, authoritarian con man that he is. Good morning to both of you. I mean, I can't believe we're having this conversation. I just can't believe it, but we're actually having this conversation, gentlemen. Joe Walsh, tell me how this plays out, because there are, let's call it 20 Chaos Caucus folks, and let's call it 20 Republicans who won in districts that Joe Biden also won, who are not interested in this inquiry at all. Does that mean McCarthy doesn't pass go? Does that mean he's actually giving Matt Gaetz et al. Some satisfaction by having this inquiry? What does this actually mean?
Well, Ali, let me just first explain where we are. We're here because Donald Trump is the leader of this party. McCarthy is really a nothing. And so McCarthy and the House Republican caucus has to do what the leader wants. And what the leader wants is bad for the country, good for Trump. Look, Ali, I'm going to continue to quibble with a piece of your premise. I don't believe there's a suicide crazy caucus of just 20 Republicans doing this. They're the most outspoken. The vast majority of the House Republican caucus, the vast majority, is beholden to Donald Trump. Gaetz and Greene may be the ones out there shouting and yelling, but all of them are Trump supporters. 100 and some refused to certify the election. They all represent, Ali, voters in a party, the majority of whom don't believe Biden really won. We don't hear any of these other Republicans saying anything. So I think McCarthy's problem, Ali, is it's not just this 20. Most of his caucus is wholly dependent upon Trump.
I think there's no quibble there, actually. I think you're right. I guess my larger point is there are there are 20 which would provide 18 or 20 who would provide McCarthy from getting a majority if there were something like an impeachment vote. But I agree with you. I think most of them have gone over to the dark side. But Tom, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 20. Let's even talk, for example, about Mitt Romney this week, announcing he's not running again for Senate. Increasingly, of the sorts of people who are prepared to, A, stand up to Donald Trump, B, call him out for what it is, C, discuss the failings of the Republican Party, and D, possibly want the return of a Republican and or conservative party, they are not gaining steam anywhere.
Right. And I think that's one of the reasons Romney is packing it in. There's nothing left to save. It's not like Romney is going to create a coalition with like-minded Republicans. I think he looked around, particularly in the Senate, and he said there are no like-minded Republicans. He's one of the last of his kind. He sits there in the Senate and he looks around and says, who am I going to save the party with? J.D. Vance? He loathes J.D. Vance. He made that clear. I think that Joe's absolutely right. This is a lot more than 20 people in the House, but it is the entire party. I mean, the party is now firmly in the grip of this madness. In part, I think one place maybe to split the difference between what you and Joe are talking about, there may be 20 absolute fanatics about this who are the kind of people, and it is Ali, utterly fantastical that we're even talking about, Matt Gaetz controlling what's going on in the House of Representatives. I mean, that's insane. But I think the problem is that the rest of those people are functionally in the Trump movement because they're cowards, because they don't want to lose their seat. They don't want to get angry phone calls. They like being in Washington. They like eating in good restaurants and getting driven back and forth to work, and they just don't want to rock the boat. And they're not going to be Mitt Romney. They're not going to be people who, are paying $5,000 a day for security and finally just saying, if this is how it's going to go, I'd rather be with my grandchildren. They'd rather be in Washington, and they're going to stay there no matter what it takes, no matter what lies they have to tell, and no matter what kind of craziness they have to go along with.
So, Joe, let's talk about this for a second. I want to quote from an excerpt from Mitt Romney's biography. And, of course, you worked in the Freedom Caucus, so you know how this plays out a little more in the House. But I want to read what Mitt Romney said about other senators and how they feel about Donald Trump. And I want you to describe to me whether that's true of a bunch of this rump of Republicans and how they feel about Donald Trump. Perhaps I'm going to read this. Perhaps Romney's most surprising discovery upon entering the Senate was that his disgust with Trump was not unique among his Republican colleagues. Quote, almost without exception, he told me, they shared my view of the president. And Romney goes on. In public, of course, they played their part as Trump loyalists, often contorting themselves rhetorically to defend the president's most indefensible behavior. But in private, they ridiculed his ignorance, rolled their eyes at his antics, and made incisive observations about his warped, toddler-like psyche. Romney recalled one senior Republican senator frankly admitting, quote, he has none of the qualities you would want in a president and all of the qualities you wouldn't, end quote. So Romney's talking about some Republican senator, some senior Republican senator who said that to him about Donald Trump. Is this what Republican House members say about Donald Trump, or are they really in thrall to him?
There are two points, Ali. Yes, generally. I think the biggest story of this era, when we look back on it, will be, as Tom said, Republican cowardice. The moment I publicly came out against Donald Trump 5 to 6 years ago, and remember, Ali, Mitt Romney and I come from a very different place. He's Republican establishment. I'm Freedom Caucus, crazy Tea Party. But the minute I publicly came out, over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, I've had so many of my former House colleagues privately tell me, I agree, Joe, with what you say about him publicly. I can't say it. So even a lot of Freedom Caucus Tea Party members feel that way, too. But, Ali, here's a warning. I think the true believers in the caucus, I think that number is growing. That number is bigger than it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Tom, let me ask you one other question. Mitt Romney in 2015 said to Sean Hannity on Fox, he said this impeachment, the investigation into Hillary Clinton was going to weaken her. And arguably, history indicates it probably did. That's the goal here with Biden. I don't know if anybody thinks that they're going to succeed in actually impeaching Joe Biden on crimes none of us have seen any evidence of. But nobody comes out of an impeachment better. Tell me what you think happens here.
Well, the first thing to understand is that this isn't a real impeachment. This is an impeachment that's being behind the scenes motivated by Donald Trump as revenge for being impeached twice. He just wants to get even. And everything in this Republican Party now is about getting even and, revenge and resentment and, settling scores. It's not about policy or politics or governing. That's for sure. And so I don't think anybody has any expectation that this is a real impeachment. And in fact, they're going to declare the impeachment and then go find reasons that they should have declared an impeachment, which is not the way you do anything. But, I think Green in particular made it very clear. They just want it to be painful for Joe Biden. On Trump's part, this is payback for being impeached. And on the part of the House Republicans, this is just angry and performative insanity that basically is trying to get even with Joe Biden for winning 2020 and successfully governing.
And I just want to be clear, that was it was Kevin
Ali,
McCarthy who said that. Yeah, Joe.
McCarthy agrees with everything we're saying right now. And McCarthy knows going down this road means the Republicans are going to lose the House. He knows that, but he has to do it.
He has to do it. That's the interesting part of this conversation. Guys, thanks as always. We appreciate your time. Tom Nichols, a staff writer at The Atlantic and author of The Atlantic Daily, very important newsletter that you should subscribe to if you're not already doing so. He's also the author of multiple books, including Our Own Worst Enemy, The Assault from Within on Modern Democracy.